But that's my rum. I've drunk Navy rum since I joined up, whenever I could.
Is that what's kept you doing so well at
Well, I certainly think I can put it down to. Now.
When you were on the ship.
We were cruising off Japan. We were supposed to be bombing the to take over, make all the Japanese go back into their own country, and we got on there anyway. I think it were about. I've got a record somewhere. I think it only about 8 days later, the Japanese surrendered.
And where were you when they surrendered?
Well, when I mean, we didn't hear much about it until it come over, got to the captain, because we had Admiral Bruce Fraser on board. He was in charge of the British fleet, and he let us know that they'd surrendered. And then later on, they told us when they were going to have the signing of all the ships mustered in Tokyo Bay, with the USS Missouri, which was the American capital ship, and it was on the Missouri where they signed the peace treaty. General MacArthur signed for the Americans. Admiral Bruce Fraser signed for the English people, and there were eight different countries. Australia, they all had their own commander, and I think we got eight people had signed it. But it were all on all the ships were in Tokyo Bay. And then we all came back. We all came back down to Australia, and we went and celebrated down in. We went down to Tasmania to have a leave. Everybody had 4 days leave in Hobart, and the big. Funny. People say you don't feel it, but you do. You do feel the ships. I mean, this. When we went through the Bay of Biscay one time, it was that rough that the ship's bows would go 24 foot up and 24 foot down. Just like that. Because don't forget, it's 35,000 ton.
Oh. You need a strong stomach for that.
You get used to it. And especially if you're in your hammock, it rocks you to sleep.
Does it? Oh. So you probably had to get used to sleeping in a normal bed without moving. No beds. It were all hammocks. Yeah.
In the passage. You couldn't go to bed during the daytime unless you were sick, and that's when you were in your sick bay. But otherwise, you couldn't go to bed while 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock till you used to fight. You used to fight for the place to swing the hammocks. And when we came home, we were side by side, all going that way, all side by side, swinging together. Yes, it's one of the comfortable sleeps I've ever had is in the hammock.
Really?
Oh, I love the hammock.
Yeah, another 10 months. September I'll be 100. Yeah, an old sailor of 100 years old. There's not many of us left, mate. We've sailed the 7 seas and killed them all. Yeah, bless them. At the end of the war, we were out in the Far East, but we came into Hong Kong, and that's where it was, the end of the war. And we went into the China Fleet Club. Boy, did we have a lovely time. My God, all those lucky fellas.
What ship? Was it the Milne?
Yeah, of course it was.
It
yeah.
was HMS Milne. He served on a destroyer.
If
There's
you
a
look
picture
at
of
the
it
Milne,
up there.
it's up there,
Yeah.
the biggest ship the Royal Navy ever built.
At the time.
And
that
boy,
was the
what a
destroyer
ship.
they was in out.
So he reckons he was on the Milne. He was a seaman gunner,
Yeah.
so he was above decks, let's say. He spent his life as a able seaman. He never got promoted or anything. He failed his bosun's exams because he had eye trouble. That's another story. I believe he tells me he got sunk twice when he was in the Arctic and managed to survive both sinkings. And then he was there on D-Day in the Milne, supporting the chaps going off the landing craft ashore in Normandy. And he was a gunner, keeping the skies clear of enemy aircraft and all that sort of thing. So he's done his bit.
How does he tend to get around anniversaries? Is he, sort of a bit misty-eyed and thinking of...
He always says to me he misses the people he served with, and the problem of course now is that none of them left.
Yeah.
The guy that was sat there yesterday met somebody in London whose father served on the Milne with him. So asked me to mention the name to Dougie of what this sailor was called, and Dougie couldn't remember it, which in a ship of 300 people 80 years ago, it's unlikely, isn't it? His claim to fame is he lied about his age to join the Navy and got in, and he said it was the best time of his life. He left the Navy in 47, did a few jobs, but then went back into the Merchant Navy for some years, where he was helping, £10 poms, the phrase, going to Australia. He was on the ships taking them to Australia.